the court opens up the first Thursday of the month, and then I go and I present, the synopsis of my case. The first Thursday of the month, yeah.
All right, the first Thursday of the month would be the 7th.
The 7th.
So
okay.
2.5 weeks from now.
2.5 weeks from now. Okay, very good.
So you have to go to court on the 7th of March.
Right. And then I present the case, and then I add anything that needs to be added, and then I guess after that there's deliberation or discovery, and then after that I'm just going to call. I'm going to call for it to be ended right then and there. As soon as we get discovery done, I'm calling it for it to end, because there's no question he walked into a courtroom with fraudulent documents. That's not in question, because that's what he did. And so it should be open and shut as far as I'm concerned. And then plus, like I said, he paid people to go into family court and lie and got my kids taken away. And that's not legal. So I'm asking for everything to be returned and be put back the way it was before the frost intervened, before these trolls intervened. And I'm going to ask that a restraining order be placed on Clay County CPS, so that these fucking YouTube trolls can't just start calling them again and bringing them out to my house again. Okay? Because it's clear that they weaponized CPS against my family. I don't think there's any question of that.
Final comments, Vaughn? Anything you want to say before we end the show?
Yeah. Let me throw that up real quick about that Replevin. And so
did a troll send you a nasty? What happened with that? What, a troll sent you a nasty message or something?
No, they were talking about it on Secular Show. Well, I something compelled me to watch, and so then that's when I heard them say what they said, which is obviously a total lie. Now, the trolls were saying that Replevin is a temporary thing, and that I was totally wrong in what I was talking about, and that I grabbed the wrong documents and shit. Okay, so here we go. Here's Replevin, also known as claim and delivery, is a legal remedy that allows a person to recover personal property that has been wrongfully or unlawfully taken. It enables the rightful owner to regain get out of the way. Damn it. It enables the rightful owner to regain possession of the property and seek compensation for any resulting losses. So not only do I get my property back, but just like that attorney told me, and the AI attorney both, they said not only would you get your stuff back, but you can also get damages, penalties, court costs, and pain and suffering on top of it.
Absolutely.
And it says it right there. It says you get compensation for any resulting losses. Okay. So let's say they spent all the $32 million. Too bad, so sad. They still got to give it back. Let's say they blew it on cars and four-wheel vehicles and buildings and stuff. Then they got to give me, that all has to come to me. And that's what Replevin is all about. That's why I used the word Replevin and not recovery. Because recovery is different. Recovery is where you just go in and get your shit back. You don't even need to go to court in many cases when it's a recovery. But we can't do a recovery because they've already spent a lot of the money. They've already bought, single wides, double wides. They've renovated the whole area of the Sester property back there. They bought fancy cars. They bought four-wheel vehicles.
And how can they do this while on welfare?
Huh?
And the million-dollar question is, these people are all on welfare.
And how do they afford a very expensive attorney while they're on welfare too? How are they doing that? They're doing it with my money. Okay. And so the money has been spent. So it's Replevin, because you got to be compensated. I'm going to have to be compensated for whatever amount of the money that they've spent. I'm going to have to be compensated for being locked out of the double wide, which is $74,000. I hope they got deep pockets. So, I mean, they're going to have to come up with that money. That is due me. That money is actually due to me. It is mine by right. And they use, and one of them dunderheads was talking about statute of limitations. Statute of limitations doesn't apply if I'm still being affected by what the frost did. Am I still being affected by what the frost did? Oh, hell yes. Okay, so take your statute of limitations and shove it right up your ass. It doesn't work. Statute of limitations would be like if like if I had 30 days to comply with something, and I wait 3 years and then I go back and say, okay, I want to do this now. Okay, that's where statute of limitations comes in, because obviously I had 30 days, I didn't do 30 days, and so I'm out of luck. I don't go back 3 years later and try to do it. That is statute of limitations. Statute of limitations doesn't apply, especially when it comes to children, because the pain and suffering of a child, that has no limit. There is no limitation on that. My pain and suffering, there's no limitation on that. There's no limitation on grand theft. In fact, there's no statute of limitations on any felony. All right. Have the Frost committed numerous felonies? Oh, God, yes. Where do I start? So I mean, there's no statute of limitations. Okay, sorry, but see, these trolls, they keep trying to come up with anything they can think of to try and fight back, and it's not going to help them. They're grasping at straws, exactly. Now, there it is. Replevin, also known as claim and delivery, is a legal remedy that allows a person to recover personal property that has been wrongfully or unlawfully taken. It enables the rightful owner to regain possession. Okay, which is exactly what I claim in my documents. I'm there to get my kids back. I'm there to get my $32 million back. It's actually $32,141,535.52. But I mean, who's being picky, right? At the end of the day, they're all going to find out, one way or another, they're going to find out that what they did was wrong. Okay, I think I got the funny feeling though, John, that when they start seeing Jeff Spicoli and some of his buddies getting stood in front of a judge, the rest of them are going to scatter like cockroaches, and we'll never see or hear from them ever again. Call it a hunch, but I got a funny feeling that that's exactly how it's going to go down, because they ain't going to want to be next to stand in front of a judge. I guarantee you, because I feel confident that the judges down here don't take no bullshit. You sit there and put 3 children's lives at risk, the judge is going to throw the fucking book at you. Okay, it just is. Okay, they take kids seriously down here. Okay, and you guys have a history of fucking around with people's kids, and they don't like that. And they're gonna do something about it, I assure you. Not to mention the fact, trolls, that you cost Clay County billions of dollars. Okay, constantly having CPS come out here, constantly having to go to court. You cost the Kentucky taxpayer billions of dollars. Kentucky's going to want that money back, trolls. Have you got the money? Because they're going to want it back. They're going to want their money back. And I ain't got a dog in that fight. That's between you and Clay County, motherfuckers. Okay, so you better be sure about what you think, because you ain't getting this shit right. I guarantee you. I guarantee you're not going to get this shit right, because you've cost the Kentucky taxpayer so much money that they'll probably throw you in jail just for that. I probably won't have to do shit. They'll probably say, oh, wait a minute, you cost the Kentucky taxpayer $50,000 each one of you, and oh yeah, well here's Hell Cell. Have a nice life, So I mean, so be sure you're not going to get away. You're not going to get away, trolls. I know you think you're above the law, and that you're made out of Teflon and shit. Well, I got news for you. Your Teflon is rusting. So, just be prepared. Be prepared for what's coming, because it is coming. The guys have already said so. The guys have already said they're going to restore back everything before you fucks got involved, before the Frost got involved, before anything got involved. They're going to put everything back to the way it was. And I'm crazy enough to believe them, especially after winning all those victories in district court. I'm absolutely sold on this shit. Now I do have a little bit of trepidation as to about how to proceed, but it'll all work out. It always has. And but there it is. So when you go and see secular and they're all saying, yeah, Vaughn don't know what he's talking about and he can't get nothing back. That's the whole point of Replevin, is to get my stuff back. That's the whole point of it. So yes, I'm going to get my stuff back. Now, what Clay County does with the Frost, I don't know. They're going to bind them over to a grand jury, and then the grand jury is going to convict them of multiple murders and child endangerment and elder abuse. I don't know. I don't know. They might. They might just as well say fuck it and put them on a slow boat back to Ohio. I don't know what the hell Clay County is going to do. But as long as I get my inheritance and I get my kids back, I'm good. Yeah, we'll worry about the other shit later. Right now, I'm focused like a laser beam on getting my kids and my inheritance back. And then everything else, can fall where it may. But I wanted to rub it in the face of the trolls because the trolls, once again, were completely and utterly wrong. And I wanted to make that abundantly clear.
And then I have to say, when were they ever right in the first place? They were never
right. Well, that's
right.
true. That's true. They never were, not really. Yeah. And so, but I wanted to bring that up because, see, people that don't know, they're going to go to that video and they're going to watch that video and they're going to think that these people know what the fuck they're talking about. No, they do not. No, they do not. I mean, they even admitted in their own damn hate video that I talked to 2 lawyers, an AI lawyer and a human one. They even admit that in their own damn hate video. So, I where do they get off, man? Obviously, if I've talked to not 1, but 2 lawyers and they both tell me the same thing, then obviously I'm doing something right, because I'm going to listen to, good counsel. I'm not going to listen to foolishness. I'm going to listen to good counsel. As far as I know now, I don't, I go, the court opens up the first Thursday of the month, and then I go and I present, the synopsis of my case.
So first Thursday of the month is 2 Fridays from now.
2 Fridays from now.
I'm sorry. I had a Joe Biden moment. What did you say? The first of the? You said the first of the month?
The first Thursday of the month. Yeah.
All right. The first Thursday of the month would be the 7th.
The 7th.
So
okay.
1, 2, 2.5 weeks from now.
2.5 weeks from now. Okay, very good.
So you have to go to court on the 7th of March.
Right. And then I present the case, and then I add anything that needs to be added, and then I guess after that there's deliberation or discovery, and then after that I'm just going to call. I'm going to call for it to be ended right then and there. As soon as we get discovery done, I'm calling it for it to end because there's no question he walked into a courtroom with fraudulent documents. That's not in question because that's what he did. And so it should be open and shut as far as I'm concerned. And then plus, like I said, he paid people to go into family court and lie and got my kids taken away. And that's not legal. So I'm asking for everything to be returned and be put back the way it was before the frost intervened, before these trolls intervened. And I'm going to ask that a restraining order be placed on Clay County CPS so that these fucking YouTube trolls can't just start calling them again and bringing them out to my house again. Okay? Because it's clear that they weaponized CPS against my family. I don't think there's any question of that. So I'm going to ask for a restraining order against CPS. CPS needs to be out finding children that really are in danger.
Really
anyway.
is in danger, yeah.
Yeah, they don't need to be fucking around with me and mine.
You were one of the most loving fathers I knew, and they literally destroyed a happy family. They destroyed your wife's life.
And they did it. And the bitch of it is, though, John, and this is key, they did it for laughs. They didn't do it because...
They did it for lulz. LULZ.
Right. LULZ. They did it for laughs. They did it for kicks. They didn't do it because the children were in real danger, because they obviously weren't. Children that are running around playing and laughing and cutting up are not in any danger. Okay?
Exactly.
That's not children that are in danger.